Clock, we're gonna call the meeting to order. The pledge of allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice for all.
We're going down the list here. Mark's not here. Brandon, do you wanna pop on behalf of the golf cart realm or? That's what it is. Main Street building. Have any comment? Do you have anything to say? Good for the cause, good for the vote?
I got thinking about. We're looking at the Main Street buildings. That's 4 buildings. That it would be gone. Down there. If we would look at this whole perspective of what would be fully done. New businesses. The deed bring hand.
First building, the PK office, well, the storage building will come down. That'll be like a porch structure for the second building. For the PK offices for, the Dirty Peach, and they are gonna be doing dirty sodas, ice cream and coffee, serving coffee out of that building. The second building, I thought about using that for like, a meeting room or for the Historical Society. Not sure yet, but to revamp it, redo it. Pat's this and that, I'm not sure yet because I don't know what's going to be detailed with that right now. If I can save the building at a reasonable cost, I will. If not, then I had planned on having like, if there's, maybe if we could put, some kind of like, another like alleyway leisure kind of thing to have like tops, lights, canopies, people can sit there or whatever. I don't know. I don't have a plan yet for that building, but for the other 2, I do. And if the Historical Society, if they don't want to be a part of that, that's fine. I'm sure I can find somebody else to put in a boutique, something. Save the building. That's the best building, actually. It's better than the PK office building.
When I was looking at that, my other thinking of that, I. Take all 4 of those buildings down. It does my top plan. This is thought about this the whole time. Then, let that empty, then we got single pay empty, because we don't know how long that's gonna happen before that, something else comes in there. Then you got people in their town, and then we have nothing, they're gonna look at our town and say, they have nothing. Have no town, you have a restaurant, you have a Pizza King and a post office.
They already.
Feed people that way,
We don't have a school now, so that even makes it harder.
you know, and it's, I hate to see that. I hate to see that. When you grew up here and you have stuff like that, you hate to see it lose more than we're gonna have. And that, in my opinion, I would save something, try to save. And if you can't, absolutely can't save it at all, I understand. I 100% understand. If it's not savable, it's not savable. And if you can't do it, you can't do it. And I would hate to see you see tons and tons of money and it not savable.
I wouldn't step out if I didn't think I could fix it. I just know what my building was like when I bought in. It was bad.
That one was.
Yes. Yes. The whole backside was gone. I mean,
I remember that was
gone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want to do, but I'm willing to step up to the plate to do something for our community. I've got a couple girls that are very motivated, want to do a business, want to bring taxpayers back in here, and you'll be getting tax dollars off of it. But if you choose not to, you choose not to. I can't change that. So,
Now, would this be a situation where if the land was cleared, you wouldn't be interested in raw land? Even if it was paid,
Yep.
you'll have any,
because I'm gonna be paying a higher tax base and I have to put a new building on there. This way I can grandfather the foundation and the footer in. I'm gonna be paying a lower tax base. And you can't, that building right now, I mean, like my building right now, that's 2.5 to 3 walls. Well, actually, one side's 3 walls, the other side's 2 brick thick. You can't build that building today for what I've put in it. I mean, it's sound. It's sound. And same thing with those buildings. Both of those I know are double brick walls, So, I mean, just think about it. That's the only reason. And it doesn't really have the character, that you would have.
there's not a lot of character right now as it is.
She does, but I'm gonna fix it. I'd like to fix that because if you look, and I have talked to the girls too, but if you look on the inside of that PK office, if you look up in the ceiling, you could see it goes clear to the top and it has all of the original window frames. The national or the regular storefront windows of what it used to be there when it was built. It's really pretty cool. So I mean, I'd like to save a lot of that stuff, keep that character. But so, and that's kind of why I did what I did with our building. I wanted to try to keep a lot of that character.
Said that if you can't do pads, this and that, you could do that with the canopy things. That's nice, but you can have somewhere to sit there and.
Yeah.
Like an ice, you said ice cream, they would do ice cream.
Yeah, because the girls are gonna eventually do ice cream and stuff like that. And I don't see them say, if I didn't think I would trust them to stick with this, I wouldn't do this. And I'm just trying to help them because they're young, they don't have the money to do it. Grandpa Amos used to do this for families all the time. He used to start businesses and help them start businesses, get them going. They paid him back whatever he had in it, move on. That's how you get people going. That's how you get the economy started, So that's kind of where I'm at. If I didn't think I could trust them and they wouldn't stick with it, I wouldn't do it. And they're doing good. They really are down there. People love their stuff.
I've heard a lot of That's fine.
Take the- Part of the state. Can't do anything, so.
Process of what?
Process that we went through
The bidding process.
Oh,
so
We had, I mean, the issue that I see, even if we, we're all in agreement, we all want something in town, we all love it, we all think you can do it. I mean, that's all good. I mean, it should be. But the sticky issues, I mean, it was an incomplete bid. It was low ball offered. I mean, less than what the minimum bid
this
was.
is kind of where I see this, and no offense to you guys, okay? 2 of those buildings were given to you. You have no money in those, 2 of them. The other 2 was because of bad decisions from the prior council of letting outside people come in and buy these buildings, which was beyond your control.
I wouldn't think we have.
Well, you can, because you could say, okay, they have to be a resident or something to where they can, when they purchase this, which, because it went up for tax sale. But
They
the
voted
town
for it.
could have went in and said, okay, hey, could have just stopped it and said, no, we're gonna buy it. We're not gonna let it go up for tax sale. But with that being said,
Or knew that.
there was two buildings that you guys had to spend lawyer fees on, which I don't feel like that, because right now I'm giving you basically a fair market value estimation for those buildings. I don't feel like I should have to pay for prior mistakes from the council for trying to get those 2 buildings back. I'm giving you pretty well the dollar amount of what you're wanting for them. Pretty close, real close. But the legal fees and all that stuff, I don't think that me or those 2 young girls should have to pay for that. That's not their mistake. That's the council's mistake, not ours.
Who's supposed to pay?
The taxpayers has already paid
Yeah,
for it,
exactly.
right? So you're gonna make me pay
So
for
it's
it
not
again.
right to recoup that what we bought.
So why should I have to pay twice
And
for it?
we're saying you because you're the only one who's the property
Right,
at the present time.
but you had 2 buildings that were given to you. The other 2 were, that's
They
for the other.
were given to us because they're in such a dilapidated state.
Right, right. But I mean, I pay taxes here. And so I don't feel like I or those girls should have to be penalized for those decisions on those 2 buildings of having to get them back.
And that's,
I'm giving you the fair market value. Would you buy a truck just because somebody put a lien or, they had some, bought a truck, some guy tore it all up, okay, then you come in and say, okay, you got to fix that truck for me now. That's what you're going to sell it. And even though you buy it as is. So that's kind of where I'm at.
So I guess you're saying fair market value.
The buildings.
But
The
we're not talking-
appraisal.
But we weren't talking about the buildings to begin with, because the building before, you did express interest, these buildings were coming down. So when we're talking about tearing down buildings, I mean, that was plan A. You kind of came up with a plan B that we stopped everything and said, okay, let's listen.
Right.
I mean.
But I didn't know you guys were gonna
So-
actually tack on the attorney fees and stuff, considering how that was for 2 buildings. And then the other 2 buildings were given.
Okay, but, and again, we know the buildings are trash, so the buildings weren't even part of, the
Okay.
appraiser didn't even walk the building. So the buildings aren't even part of what's being
Well,
appraised.
then I guess you guys just need to make a decision then of what you're gonna do. I mean, either you're gonna tear them down, or you're gonna have to do this rebidding process. Or that's your 2 decisions.
the problem gets to be is those who back to the same dollar figure at the government.
Well, then you and I aren't gonna be able to agree.
I don't think it's a you.
We're
or
not
I
gonna
problem.
agree, Brenda, because I don't think that's right.
I understand your side of it. It's
Well,
not a
I'm
you or I
glad you did it
problem.
because that's not right. I'm already paying tax dollars here anyway. And that's already been, my tax dollars is already paid for that.
But
It's my tax dollars.
tax dollars too, though.
How am I getting tax
You're
dollars?
getting, when we talked about, we talked about it. And Chad's been here and has said, and please correct me if I'm wrong,
What?
Chad Pig.
That's not set in stone. I don't know that. And,
Okay.
okay, and this is the thing. If Chat Pig is gonna give money for those buildings or whatever,
Yeah.
my plan is that I'm gonna put that in that PK office because that's gonna be less money that them girls is gonna have to pay me back. And they can start their
Okay,
business.
I mean, either way, you're spending, I mean, we're asking for 22,000. And you're getting back 68. I mean, you're.
I don't know if I'm gonna get that 68.
Here's the problem. When the guy sits right here and says that Amos is no people on the board, tell me what we were told. Whether or not that's true or not, I have no idea. At the end of the day, that anybody in their right mind that says, hey, I want to get into business. Would make it, if you, and this is my personal opinion, if you were serious about this, you would have made it $22,000. That you would have to. But that's me, that's how I feel.
You wouldn't have done that.
It goes back,
You wouldn't have done that. I don't mean to be rude, but you wouldn't have done that because that's not a smart business decision.
it is when you're getting $68,000 in return.
I don't know I'm gonna get that.
What you
I
said.
guarantee.
Now, did he sit here?
He did say that, but she hasn't been told. That. That's
I
what she
just
said.
met them.
She don't even.
Right, and we're not here to
You're
debate.
just telling me what they're saying, but you know.
Where that's all we have to go off of as a board is what
Okay,
our.
but then how do you know for sure? If you get something to me in writing,
It's a little late for that.
well, then I guess, then you're gonna either have to vote no, tear them down, and I'll move on. And I'll figure something else out for these girls. Because I don't think that's right. I shouldn't have to, and neither should those girls have to pay for those fees. They live here, they pay taxes here. And if it's the name recognition thing, I'm sorry. I mean,
I mean, I'm just saying,
I'm just trying to help a person to
there
get
has been
started.
conversations that's been had. Look, it's money, about beverage money.
If you have something in writing. That's what
I
I'm
think you
saying.
know that as well as we do. It's all based off what Chad is told. But nobody from the county, as far as I know, said, front of us and talk to us about this. I know we have $68,000 sitting out there to demo. I know that. You know, as well as I do, that, you know, you have 4 buildings. That is an investment. You're investing money into them for a reason.
Because I want to help those girls to get a business and I want to help our
In
community.
return, you're going to be making money on the back end.
No, I'm not.
You're gonna let the historical society and other business.
Brandon, do you think I pay myself for the restaurant?
That's irrelevant.
Zero.
That's
Zero.
irrelevant.
But look how many people I've got employed that make a living off of me.
Completely understand where you're coming from, that you wouldn't be doing this.
Well, we got.
I mean, I wouldn't even have done the Main Street project. I mean, what did I get out of that?
I
Nothing.
have no idea, I know nothing about it.
That was for our community. I care about this
I
community.
understand that.
I've
So
been
do I.
here all my life.
So you think it's right that the town of Somerville sets on 4 buildings that could potentially have bricks flying off of them right now? And one of the kids.
No, because it's already had big buildings for a long time, didn't do anything about it.
We had an order in place to get them demoed to come in and stop the process,
I-
basically.
Okay, we're not getting anywhere.
No, we're
We're
not.
not. Because, like I said, I've got my mindset. You've got your mindset. And if you think that I'm in here to make $1 million or to make money on the end of it,
I didn't
that
say
really
it.
is kind of, that
I didn't
honestly,
say
that
$1 million.
pisses me off.
I didn't
Because
say-
that's sour. That's really sour. I've been here
You
all my
are-
life.
You are a business owner, Keith. You're not in business for the fun,
Huh?
are you? Whether you make $1 or you make $0, you're not in business for the fun, is it?
Do you, like I told you, I received zero money for that restaurant. I pay myself nothing. Once in a while, I might get a sandwich for free. But other than that, that's it, dude. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you the bank account records.
I don't, it's real, it's.
And I do it for the people here.
And I understand that. I'm not debating that at all.
Monument. I need no money off that war monument. And it's there. I did that. Just like the downtown. I did that. I made no money. So if you think I'm in this to make money, you're wrong. You're sadly mistaken. You don't know me then. You don't know me. So I guess you guys do your vote. Just do your vote.
Hang on.
I'll figure something else out for these
Yeah,
girls.
I was gonna say, give me a quick
'Cause
second.
I'm mad now.
That's cool.
It takes a lot for me to get mad. That makes me mad.
I guess if there is a way for us to get you a guarantee or something in writing that says there's money available through food and tax, does that change anything with your offer?
It might. But I need to talk to those girls because I think that's shitty for them.
It's part of the
At
process.
the end of the day, it's shitty for all of us. We're paying taxes just as full as you are. I'm sitting in there as a taxpayer.
I like to let, you know what? Pay my taxes for 1 year. I'll trade you.
It has nothing to do with me and your situation.
If there's no way around the fees, our hands are tied on that.
Because you choose to let them be fired. That's what you're asking. That's what you're asking. Surely we can make a compromise. That's where I'm at. Surely we can come in between. That's like when you barter with somebody, you know? Hey, this is what we got in fees. What makes you think that you should be able to get all of those fees? You see what I'm saying?
Of course, I surely hope that you stay here long enough to help us with the trash.
Well,
The trash billing situation. We're in. I hope you're here.
I'll sit right here as long as you want me to, Brandon.
Seem to have the answers for everything. Except
Well-
for,
Sorry you feel that way.
Can you remind me
Pardon me?
what was your total number?
I offered 10,000 for the buildings total.
We were asking for it.
The first building, which is past this and that, it was appraised at 4,500. The building itself.
No, the buildings weren't. That's what I'm saying. If you look at the appraisal, it says that she didn't take the buildings into consideration because they're
No,
so
the
bad.
building is bad. She didn't even go in it.
That's what I'm saying. So the
That's the
building, so
problem.
it's just the property.
That is at 0.4 acres. Okay? And then I don't have my glasses. So I offered 3,000 for that. Okay, video building. That's at 0.03 acres. She asked 3,000 for that. I offered 3,000 for that. PK building. It's at 0.04 acres. She asked 3,400. I offered 3. Storage unit. It's at 0.04. She asked 1,800. I offered 8,000. So the storage building is 0.4, same size as the Pat's this and that building. Those two are the same lots. The video parking building, the PK office building, the PK building is also at 0.04 acres. So all of them, I have offered it, I was $800 less for the storage building, $400 less for the PK building, $0 less for the video building, and I was $1,500 less for Pat's building.
I mean, I can, we all know what you're trying, I mean, we all get it. You don't want to pay the fees that have come associated with us working the past 2 years on trying to get the.
Well, like I said,
paperwork
the
stuff.
buildings were empty, so you had no money in those. So I think that, and I've got to tear down
But we had money and whatever legal work that we had to do, and unfortunately, our attorney's not here to be able to tell you exactly what he had in each property. Cause I don't know. We got the bill. This is what it was to get everything. We got all the paperwork, we got all the titles. It took us 2 years to do, and we were left with the bill. And that's just kind of where we're at.
Well, that's part of that is because the lawyers drag their feet. They're gonna drag their feet because they're gonna, you gotta pay your money.
Well, that, and I mean, we
And
had
it takes time to find.
we had, yeah, and that was most of it. I mean, we had people that were in Connecticut, people that were in
And
Florida.
then also on the back, so I had also printed off for like the same size land that was in my lots. And the tax base on that's 1,800. That I had just bought here not too long ago for my lots.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm at. And I guess you can get a hold of Chad Pegg, then if he can determine something in writing, and I think if you guys could renegotiate some of the fees that you're wanting to charge, then we might have something in plan. But otherwise, then I'm gonna figure something else out for these girls.
And
Because I'm not gonna come in here and get badgered like that, and I'm just not doing that.
I'm not trying to badger you.
So it's fair for me to get badgered by you? And I've sat here to get badgered. Well,
We tear down the building.
I mean, well, unless we recoup it on whatever we sell, but we've never had a commercial realtor come in. We've never talked, because it was never part of what we were trying to do. So this all started with the end building. I think it was a storage unit that's fallen in.
Everybody
you're-
started raising hands.
Yes, we were being told bricks were falling down, it was a hazard, this and that. So we got grant money to tear it all down. And that's where the Chad Pig came in, he found grant money for, so it wasn't costing us anything, we're gonna be able to tear it all down. And then in the 2 years it was taking us to get all the paperwork and get ownership of all the properties, track everybody down, the said she was interested in buildings and wants to try and save what she can. And this is where we're at, which that's awesome. I mean, I think it's great, but I also at the same time, we gotta make sure that we're doing everything as far as above board. And not that you're not trying to, I'm just saying, as far as us watching ourselves.
Well, and there's another little tidbit that I had thought about. But after tonight's meeting, I don't think I'll pursue it, but, I don't know. I've been talking with Ben Mann about this. And about this town, the town council and the township coming together and possibly doing something with the school, but I don't think I want to do that. So,
So I guess as the board, we've got decisions and and again, so the bid, I do believe we asked for financials, which no big deal there. I'm familiar. We all are. But as far as the building plan, timelines, how soon,
but it depends on my contractor.
right. And I know we've said that once someone buys it, they're gonna have 30 days to tear down the storage, just because of the shape that it's
The
in.
shape it's in.
And you agreed to that. So I guess from our standpoint, from the town or from the board, are we prepared to vote on what we're gonna do to move forward? Are we wanting to run another offer by Chad, get with Chad, see if he can come up with something for D? I mean, you guys tell me, or 4 to 5.
I think we're at the final one. We've been doing this. Time to make a decision. We got to jail.
I didn't hear you.
Right now, that's $100,000 lawsuit potentially. I mean, somebody gets killed or hurt. That's a problem. One more, yeah,
and we got sued over. it.
Can I say something?
yeah, sure.
I think that, I mean, I don't know why you say we're up for a lawsuit if something happened. It's been there for 2 years. And if we can do something if we can get this stuff done and do that, and the lady wants to save the buildings and do that, why not give her a chance? Me as a board member and me as a citizen of this town, I'm gonna tell all 4 of you board members, I grew up in this town. None of you guys did.
No, actually.
You did? Well, I didn't know
I was
that.
cool.
sorry, but I'm gonna tell all of you right now that I hate to see that be torn down. I hate to see that. If we've waited 2 years, what's another couple months to get it done?
Oh,
What's another couple months? Give the lady a chance. That's my opinion. We gave her one chance. She has not had a
We give
chance.
everybody in the.
She has not-
Everybody.
Just
In the
because,
newspaper.
Look, you guys are sitting on the gas station down there. Look at the condition in just the last year. Nothing has been done. Nothing has been done upstairs here with the rotted flooring. Are we just gonna continue to let all the buildings in the town decay? Or are we gonna let somebody that's proven herself to be successful to this town do something?
I think my exact word, meaning maintenance is not only.
Absolutely, but now it falls on you guys.
We can't hold us or anybody for the neglect of the building. It's the world we live in, it's society.
No, I disagree.
So then you can't
Just
just
a
a
couple
couple of the fees that you had to pay.
Just a couple of years ago, there was money left at the end of the year that had to be spent. And this is when Amy was still on the board here.
Money.
And I said, why not go to the store, buy the supplies to fix these? You've got your receipt in hand, money well spent. And they spent it piddly on this and that, on signs that you can barely read. She's wanting to put a business. I mean, she's wanting to do something that's going to benefit the community. And I'm not saying this because I'm Historical Society, because I can continue to operate off my laptop in my living room. But I'm just saying there's somebody wanting a chance.
save our town.
Save it, yeah. And that falls
You
on
didn't
you
have any
guys.
other offer, did you?
No other offers.
And you have to pay those
That's
attorney
not-
fees no matter what. If you demo the buildings, is there enough money from the grant to cover those attorney fees? Or does the town have to pay those?
the town's already.
It's already covered.
But you're not, I'm
That's
saying
just
not
why
gonna
it's
recoup.
recouped.
Yeah,
What's been lost.
right.
To the taxpayers.
Sure. You're
That's what
trying
we're-
to.
That's what we're talking about. I mean, it's not.
But she's also trying to counter that. She's trying to keep Summitville alive and maybe bring in, I suggested to Caitlin that they do the ice cream, but that would bring in some summer business. That would bring, that's money.
And we're all on the same page. I mean,
Yeah.
well, as far as businesses go and as far as that goes, we all have the same destination in mind. We all want to see Somerville thrive. We want to see new
Yes.
businesses come in. It's how do we get there, right? It's like we're on a big road trip. Everybody's got their own way to
Make the
try and
right
get there.
decision tonight. That's how we get
I
there.
mean, how do we get there? But, and you, and then I appreciate that. I mean, sure, but what is that right decision? I mean, is it, taxpayers being on the hook for what we've had to pay in legal
They're on the
fees?
hook for them anyway.
So if you're a property owner, everybody in there probably owns some sort of property.
Yeah.
You have a building on your property. Pay for this bill, insurance company come to your house, do or say anything. For probably 30 days. I think that's where the town is at. I mean, if our insurance company found we own that building, I'm sure they're not going.
But if I buy
Then
those
sell it.
buildings, you no longer own them, so you don't have to worry about it.
That's not your
That's my
But
headache.
Here, the, I won't hang them. We're serious about doing it. And I would tell that to anybody, just not you.
Well, you're wrong,
Yeah.
because that's not my fault that you guys had to pay those attorney fees, because I worked for attorneys. I know how attorneys do. They move like a freaking snail.
We
And
have
if
one
they,
of
because
the
they,
cheap-
hey, how do they bill you? Per hour, correct? Okay,
How much do you think you charge for?
I bet you he probably charged at least $150.
That's a viewpoint.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
that's.
attorney fees and attorney fees.
Get one hell of a break, because most of them charge 500.
Either.
But I think we should,
That's what I went
my
to school
plan
for,
is get
Brandon.
with, Chad Pig to get something wrote up. And then have, have something wrote up, so she knows what that funds are, because she, at this point, she doesn't know what those funds are. We know them, but actually, we've never had something wrote up, what that are. And Jerry Bridges is the one that's has those from the county, and maybe he could have a meeting with them or whatever, and to show that to her, and then, once she has that, maybe, just up and
I guess the big thing is, I run into it, I said it on the meeting weeks ago, we'll get ourselves in a trick bag.
not if we go with a one-time seller, what, like, Dave was gonna do that.
When it goes back out, it's still gotta, how is it fair that anybody else to say, hey, we're gonna offer the property to her, private sale,
Because we had it out there.
That's
And
the
we
thing.
know that she
have
was,
it out there that's supposed to $68,000.
we're not going to put that out there. We're not gonna put
That's
that
never
out.
been released. I never even knew that.
Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna put that out there.
And
And
just like I
that
said
money
before,
is
the last
there.
money, I don't need Chad Pick's money to
You
do
don't-
this.
You don't think that somebody would have interest in it? But
Well,
if,
why would we allow that? Because we know as a town
if
that
we're
those.
not gonna allow it, so then
You were already on. Yeah.
Well, we
This-
didn't
this
know
is
that that money would be able to go and help her until Chad said something, in our opinion. We didn't know that.
once it-
That he said that money, if she would buy it, would go to her to help that. No, he did not even said that the other day.
Before the. So I guess here we go. We can either vote on it, we can table it for the next meeting, which is in a couple weeks, get with Chad, see if I mean, it's up to you. If you still wanna work on
Well, it's
negotiations.
up to you guys too. I don't think we should have to pay full cost for the attorney fees. That's not my mistake. That's not those girls' mistakes. Even though he thinks I'm going in here and I'm gonna be making this $1 million money on these businesses, I'm not. And if you don't believe me, you can ask Caitlin and Marissa. Sharon, what do you got to give me for your building? If I get that building done, what are you gonna give me for that building?
I can tell you the Historical Society has $2,000.
There you go. See? I'm in the
Can't
green.
even pay utilities for anything yet.
I don't know. I don't operate that way, and that's a seedy. I don't do that.
So, I mean,
That's why Randy Size lives out too, because I don't do that shit.
It's either that or it's an empty field with nobody, and nobody does anything. What do we get? Maybe that Family Dollar opportunity. I mean, it's not, you may not get nothing out of it because maybe nobody will want to come and move anything in.
Well, nobody's gonna want to come
Yeah.
move business in here. We don't have a school. We don't have a gas station, at least as
It
of
might
yet.
Be a paved, empty lot.
And then they're gonna be paying higher tax dollars on it.
It's gonna hurt the table. 2 weeks.
Yeah,
3
that's
weeks.
I make a
If we get a
motion.
letter. If we get a letter.
You guys consider renegotiating your attorney fees, because that's not our fault.
Well, right now, or for the next meeting?
No, in this whole proposal.
Oh, yeah, let me go look. There's back.
we'll say it's back.
Well, see, now, wait a minute, back taxes, I shouldn't have to pay for that either, because you guys didn't make no money off of that. Because you don't pay tax. Same thing with like the township. We don't pay tax. You guys didn't pay any tax on that. It should be
We
strictly,
paid something, we paid
It's
something.
back to the ownership.
you are making something, and then if I put the
No, no, no,
business
yeah,
in,
I'm
then you
saying-
guys are
I'm saying
gonna be
we're not
making
making
tax
anything. She
based
just
on
said
it.
we paid something. I don't know. But if she said we paid something, then I'll take her word
Okay.
for it and say that we did.
But you
You're
should,
saying we didn't. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. tax.
Yeah, that's what I thought, that's what we had done. Like I
So
said,
that should have been written off, because if you guys paid the back taxes on that, that's a mistake on your part, because that should have never happened. Because you're a government entity and you should not be paying taxes on it. And that's fact.
Just saying that we're not gonna up here willy-nilly something without the county saying that it is.
No, because the county would not make you pay it. You paid that by mistake, because you should have not paid that. Because you own that property.
but also in this, we need to figure out with their attorney. Just to make sure that we're covered in renegotiating, making it, because we stopped them in doing the investigation as far as whether we could do a private sale, what we need to do to make it. So we still gotta look into doing that. So.
Look into that, see if you guys pay taxes on that. Because you should have. I ran into that with a couple pieces of property that we own for the township. They didn't know. And you have to contact the county. You gotta let them know, because you're a government entity. You should not be paying any tax.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I mean, when the county got there,
For us, through the county. That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't have been paying taxes on it.
It doesn't hurt to make a phone call to check.
Nope.
That's all.
That's it. Just call and check. Help you out.
While he's getting that information, I was talking to the men that's taken Circle K down. And I have asked if we could get a couple hundred of those brick. Town would say yes. I think that they should put a flower bed using those brick. Catty corner there, that little empty lot.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they would say. Okay.
Would that be something,
That's all.
I mean, it belonged to the town, but I'm sure the garden club would keep it full for you.
And there's a bunch of people who want some of those.
They've already been up there taking them. I went up there.
out?
Huh?
Where they at?
They punched a hole inside the building and that took some of the bricks down. I had somebody knock on my door right before the meeting and put a brick in hand. I said, well, I asked, they said you can have it, you don't have to steal it. So they had to knock a hole in something about,
One property, so you pay back that.
give it a free.
Yeah. They're in the process of getting it removed, but I had to pay it to get the deed. So,
That was only $668.
How much?
668.
668.
$668?
For back taxes.
your question, sorry.
No, I just
But that should have
wanted
been paid,
to make
but
sure
anyway.
we paid the county money in back tax.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had to.
But you're working on trying to get it reimbursed, correct?
Yes.
That's
Started
what I
the
was gonna say,
process,
because you should have.
Yeah.
Because you're a government entity, you should pay it.
right. But they told me I had to pay it or we weren't going to be able to move forward with owning the property.
Getting the property over into your name.
Yep.
Those taxes approved was approved on an individual, not on
Right.
an entity.
And then they'll remove it.
Okay.
Put it back.
And that was the first I've heard of her going to offer historic society space in a building myself, so.
Well, she's mentioned it to me before we've talked. I mean,
Yeah.
me and I've been talking about this for a bit, trying to work through it.
I'm saying it'd be nice if you had a place where you could put things and.
The county has offered, they print photos about this big. And they've offered us a discount to print the photos that I have to display. So,
Just wish we had all of the last stuff that we had at one time that was down at the community building and then in that old building across from.
we've got to find out where all this stuff's disappeared to. It's not what, people aren't talking.
But I think the social table, what, Make a motion, we table this until next meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Alright.
All done. All right. Table it for our next meeting?
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I'll ask though, when we come back, because we're gonna be, I mean, I'll get with Chad, get with you. If you can have a plan, some sort of timeline, like how long you think it's gonna take. And it can be rough. I mean, as far as just give us an idea, kind of like a rough plot plan if someone's building a house, right? You're all big square and say, this is gonna be a tree, this is about where my house is gonna be. Kind of the same thing. We know within the first 30 days, we want that building to come down, which is just.
Yeah, I plan on getting that down first thing.
Yeah, I do that. And then just kind of what your thoughts are going forward, you know,
Yeah,
on how long
I
you
think I gotta
think.
get the contractor to see what his
Sure.
schedule's about.
But either way, so then we have a better idea and a timeline of what your plans are and we kind of work through it. This whole thing is kind of backwards anyway, because like I said, you don't typically get an appraisal, you know the value of things, you know what you have in it before you ask someone to buy something. That's to where you were ready to buy it and we didn't even know what we're gonna have in it. I mean, that's fair. We didn't know how much attorney fees we had. We didn't know how much it was gonna appraise for.
How much during fees did you guys have in it?
4,600,
How much?
over 4,600.
Fine.
2 year time frame.
40,
375 or something. But regardless, you know, we didn't know what it was gonna appraise for, and it did appraise for a little bit higher than what we all thought it. So,
Put me down.
But I don't wanna make those girls start out in the hole either.
I get it. But again, and it's just trying to figure out what we can do, what, you know. So that, again, we're not getting ourselves in any kind of situation we don't wanna be in. So, I'll get with Chad, we'll get with you, you know, the board will figure out what we wanna do and how to proceed.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You know, but anything good for the cause for this subject on the Main Street bill? Let's talk trash fees. So last meeting we had companies come in. Well, we threw the bids out. 2 people bid out of the 3 people that turned bids in. 1 was a no bid. The other 2, one was one that we already have. And there was another company that didn't even offer a bid. So anyway, and this is all off my memory. I think at the 3, so it was a 3-year price, kind of gradually going up, starting at 19 and change, 20 and change to 21 and some change. I think at the 3rd year, it was about $22. Right now, we're at about $12. So in 3 years, you're looking at about a $10 increase per household. Nothing we can do. I mean, we threw it out there to have everybody bid on it. Unfortunately, these were the 2 bids that we had. So, and the one that I think we were all kind of leaning toward is the one that has already got the business. Yes, that's what I think. So really, I think, and Robin let me know, and I didn't even realize that, in prior boards before us, they threw in kind of a $2 surcharge per household, to help administrative fees. What are administrative fees? About anything, stamp envelope to maybe help you pay when someone couldn't pay. Am I right in that, Robin?
Yeah, but it also it helps cover the cost of people who don't pay. Because right now we
Right.
have 45 households that have not paid their trash bill in 2 months.
So, and as a taxpayer and a guy that pays his bills, I struggle with paying anything extra because we're paying for someone that doesn't pay it.
Right.
So when you told me that, I was just kind of like, man, I didn't know that was even happening. So as a citizen, that was, wow, never heard that. Maybe it happened. So I guess one thing we need to decide as a board today is are we gonna still continue the $2 administrative fee on top of the new fees, and we gotta accept whether or not we're gonna do the new fees. We'll open up for discussion and vote.
How many houses do we have that pay? The total number of houses that pay? I know we have 45 that aren't, but how many do?
413.
I mean, it's an average.
We have roughly 1,000 people in town.
Still pick it up, unfortunately. They don't, I mean, it's not that the company doesn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I just.
22, that's where I was getting.
Yeah.
Increase. Thank you, Rob.
So you don't pay, do we, if they don't pay you, we still have to pay Best Way. Is that what
Right.
you're saying?
Yes.
I've got.
So is there any other way to recoup, or has any other board before us looked at a way to recoup it other than just adding a $2 fee?
Yeah, well, I've only been here for the last negotiation, so that was the $2 fee.
And is that really gonna pay for the $2 really gonna?
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
yeah, if you do the numbers,
Yeah, if you do the numbers, it pays for it.
I mean, $2
With all the
times
people-
438
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't make it.
that are paying, you know what I mean?
No, I try to recoup from the people that aren't paying. We use Trex, which takes, tax checks. If you're getting a tax check and you're not paying your trash bill, I can, turn your name in and collect, but that's very minimal.
And I'm gonna ask this, this isn't a bill I pay and my other part pays it and I don't have to mess with it, so I'm gonna ask, is the trash lumped in with any other utility other than trash, or is it just trash by itself?
No, it's in with sewer, stormwater.
Thank you.
Your 8519, yeah, that's all three. I cannot lien for trash, though. When I do a lien on a property for non-paid for sewer, I have to deduct the trash.
Okay.
So the only other option that I have heard that we can do for trash is, like hire an attorney to try to collect the fees, which is gonna be more expensive than collecting, like a collection agency.
So would there be any other way to tack on a administrative fees? And I'm just spitballing here. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just asking. I'm not saying this is what we're gonna do, because I don't know. I mean, could we add a $2 fee to the sewer or to something else that may not seem like a $12 jump in trash? Does that make sense?
Well, it's one bill, so it'll be,
Yeah.
But do we have to do two?
no, you can set that to any amount you want. You just change the ordinance.
Anticipate the number of households that can't pay to increase with the increases for pickup as well. You know, we look at 100.
Is that it's 45 an average? Okay.
I mean, it's worse in the winter. You know, around Christmas, you know, people stop paying.
Hardship program. Some sort.
Like,
Yeah, then that's where we
that's what I call.
have to go to township.
I'm just using my simple American math here. To me, $1.50 covers the 45. I made it. That's not much. It sucks. We all have to pay it. I mean, there's no way around it. We gotta pay a higher tax bill regardless. If we can help a little bit. But I also don't want to break the town for somebody being responsible and taking care of their own trash. Right now I'm paying two.
Yeah.
So I have two properties.
Right.
Right. I don't need two trash cans, but I do have two trash cans. So. It's also, I mean, it's gonna help everybody, but to me, I think we have to have a fee in there. But if we can take it down to $1.50, $1.25. To cover the majority of what, if at 45 is an average, I think we would be all right.
questions. Are you going to raise it yearly? Or are you going to do it in one jump? Like the last board raise when we did
They
the
just went to the
contract.
third year.
Yeah,
Yes. So, and that kind of brings me into another, if we do that and we're collecting extra
right.
at the beginning, so we might be able to, let's just say we start charging that third year and use that surplus for anything that gets missed.
It's $1.50 difference. It's 3 years, right? It goes $19 to 2050. So if you just did the 2050 for the first 2 years. Go back to $2 credit year 3. Brought more money to recoup year 3. We'll be banking money.
That's what I'm saying, we're gonna be
One,
making
two.
money the first 2 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then on that third year,
So we're going from $14.
yeah, that's what I'm, yeah,
So
that's
we're
what I'm saying, it's almost $10. If we charge- Yeah, if we charge the $2 fee, it almost jumps $10. That's what I'm saying, I'm trying to. 8 sounds a heck of a lot better than 10, and it's not much for, I mean. And at the same time, if we build that in to the first 2 years. Does that give us a cushion on that third year when when we get bids and maybe we get something cheaper, you know what I mean? And maybe we can be a little more proactive versus, you know, maybe we can go out and actually see some bids and maybe get some more. I don't know. I mean, people just didn't seem to want to bid. Let's go around with this.
We don't know how long this contract is supposed to come in, you know. We don't know.
We already signed it, didn't we?
So you're saying charge the third year price but not a fee?
Correct.
Essentially, it's.
It's gonna equal the
wash,
same,
right?
It's gonna be the same
It's
thing,
gonna
yeah.
be the same thing, but you're
And then
not,
come back to
but we're not
third year.
collecting that administrative fee. So if anybody wants to complain about it, I mean, you know, there's no extra fee there.
Kind of feel free.
It's what it costs, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all messed up anyway.
Regardless.
But it could. Yeah. Gotta go get it.
Oh, yeah. So just do the,
She will send that.
I agree. Yes.
So it's consensus, we're good with no fee and just charge what the 30-year rate's gonna be to help kind of cushion.
Oh, the fee that is gonna be altogether for the third
For the
year
third
would be
year.
up, done.
And then we're not collecting an administrative fee or anything like that. It's just, that's the fees.
And they're not gonna be saying, oh my gosh, we're gonna be here. Okay.
What's the third year? That 21.
2055.
What's that gonna take them? Sewer, that. All that, what's that gonna be? Oh, hey.
8519.
What's this the water? Cash pickup, 14.
79.
Well, that's now.
Yeah, that's now.
We need to change this whole ordinance.
Yeah, I'll do it though. I'm gonna bring it to you for the next meeting. I just need you to vote on what you want me to change it to.
Right. What you want in the ordinance?
Oh, so the monthly rate will be,
I mean, I'll take out the $2 administrative fee and change it to. That's why in,
there was something else in here too.
yeah, there's several things that can change.
Do you need a motion for that?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna make a motion to increase the trash fee to 25. For all 3 years, yeah.
All in favor?
I,
Motion carried.
Just to, I was going to send out a letter for next month's bills stating this is what's happening. And then it would actually take effect until the following.
Yeah, that's
So
perfect.
if you want-
Give everybody as a,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Thank you.
on this, ordinance, so you'll put in there how much it's gonna be per month. Cause it says 1150, so you'll
Yeah.
put the new in there.
Yeah, I'll go through it.
And, in 96.03, it says all bags must be placed and tied within 5 feet. That's not even, we don't even do that because we have the barrels, so that would be taken. And then, it also says Wabash Valley at the top there.
I'll change it and I'll send it out for you guys to approve it.
What about this here on 96.02? What's this mean they can opt out?
Businesses,
A business can opt out? Is that, okay, it's a business.
business can opt out.
Why do we only have one?
Because it's the same size as the 3, but it takes up less space.
Oh,
You print the non-payers on the back of the bill. List of change.
Bad check, you take a check, put it on back of the wall.
That's what they do at work with people that don't pay the union dues. They post it and put it in the bulletin boards.
I put it in the front window.
There you go.
All right, anybody else have anything?
No more. Chris, I'm the and golf carts for $75 a day. If 3 golf carts, Park City would like to have 3 golf carts because as of last one I talked to him, he has a side by side that it's like tomorrow, thanks Alexandria, or even right there. He was thinking more along the lines of getting like caliper, buddy would have like a on the gator. Something like that, air in the cabs, because the heat. The price for any of that, one thing I have price for is going to be $75 a day. The company will bring them on Friday, Monday morning. $675. We discuss that. Discuss it.
So it's under the threshold that you want.
Yeah, so you can do it. You can do
I think he,
Good report, you guys.
somebody else to get one about me.
Shorts.
on the July parade. At the 2 o'clock. Light up, lines there.
Is the parade at 2 or the lineup?
Light up is at 2 o'clock, parade starts at 3.
Will the street be closed if they're taking the building down?
Oh, my
Because your
God.
route is that way.
Over the bridge, should be all right.
Yeah.
They have to change it. They have to do detour. I'll let you know that.